Hello there, how are you? It's been a long time since I've been on here. Been a little bit busy with the launching of, getting my book prepared for launch. I'm just waiting to receive my author's copy, and once I have that, I'll be able to take pre-orders and off and running on Amazon and Barnes and Nobles and all these other book outlets I'm super, super excited about. And also in between that, launched my merch a couple of weeks ago, and that's going phenomenal. I'm thankful for that. I have a new website that got a beautiful facelift by my boy Mikey, my brother I love dearly. Thank you to him for an amazing website. Thank you to John Clement for an amazing, sorry, there's Tommy the turkey back there, an amazing newsletter that he created for me and that I put out every Monday. And for him making my amazing book cover that I'm so excited about. I can't wait for everybody to see it. So I've been a little bit busy, I'm now living in Bristol, Indiana. I've been here since January. Here's where I was able to write my book. And so I'm excited about that. And so on this Motivational Monday, as it is, it's a beautiful day out here in Bristol. Did my run, excited about that, shaved 4 minutes off my mile, which makes me very happy because I haven't run since I've lost all this weight, and I've decided to train for a half marathon. I didn't sign up for one, but I'm training as if I did. I need to keep myself accountable. I need to keep moving. Just because I reached my goal doesn't mean I'm done. My weight loss is still something that can change from one moment to the next. Everything can go south if I allow it to. So I'm not allowing that. I've worked too hard to get this far, and I'm not quitting now. So I'm still continuing to work out, doing kettlebell workouts and things from home. Being in Indiana and being in the country, I don't have a car. I don't have all the things I used to have when I was living in California. I've moved from place to place in the last 2 years, and being blessed to have people open their doors to their homes for me and allowing me to be who I am and allowing me to do the things that I need to do. And so for that, I'm eternally grateful. I can't wait to be able to pay all of those things forward when my time comes. And what a blessing that will be for me to be able to do that. I know they don't want anything back in return, but to be able to return the favor is something that I need to do as a human being, and just to be kind and because it comes from my heart to do so, and I will. On this Motivational Monday, I think, we got to keep going. Life is going to happen. We can't prevent that. There's going to be ups and downs in life. There's going to be roadblocks. There's going to be walls. There's going to be all sorts of things trying to stop us from moving forward. And sometimes we allow ourselves to just stop. Sometimes we can't seem to find the way back. Sometimes it's just taking a little longer than you had anticipated. We all have our reasons, and we all have our ways of how we respond to situations. I think this weight loss journey, more than anything besides losing the weight, it has allowed me to develop tough skin. It has allowed me to find that inner strength that I didn't know I had, to continue moving forward despite the situations. Trust me, it's not always roses. It's not always rainbows and unicorns and glitters and all of these things. That's a fantasy. Life is life. Life is unfair. Life is not always happy. Life is a struggle. I get all those things. I don't have it like that yet. I'm working for mines, I'm not just praying about it. I'm working for mines. Praying is great, it's wonderful, and it's something I recommend that you all do. I'm not here to, to convert you or do any of that thing. No such thing. I'm merely here that whatever you believe in, pray upon that. Continue to have faith in that. Believe in that. But also, you got to do, Praying is wonderful. It's a beautiful thing, and prayers do get answered. But what are you willing to do to work for it? God helps those that help themselves, right? So we got to do our part. We can't just leave it all in His hands. He knows what we're destined for. He chose the life that we're living. He's leading our steps. It's all in His master plan. And we have to own some part of that, a big part of that, Everything here on this earth is temporary. Everything here is temporary. Life can be taken quickly, in a blink of an eye. You're here one moment, gone the next. And so is life. And in the meantime, we have to discover what it is that we want to do. What is the thing that makes us happy? Is it doing things because other people suggest that we do that makes us happy? No. You got to really sit down and ask yourself, what makes you happy? What truly sets your soul on fire? What is it that you want to be doing for the rest of your life? Does age affect it? No. You may not be able to move as quickly as you did when you were in your 20s. Being 53, I think I'm in better shape now than I was in my 20s, my 30s, my 40s. I see things a whole lot clearer now. Many things that this weight loss journey has taught me was a lot about self-love, self-discipline, to actually see the things in my head that I can actually physically do, you know? I have to believe in me first and foremost. I have to believe that I can do it, because if there's an inkling of doubt in my mind, it's not going to happen. And I make sure that I feed my mind the positivity and surround it with positive. I can't deal with negative. I exclude myself from that. I remove myself from that, because, you know, I don't want negativity in my life. And I can control who's in my circle. I can control what I choose to listen to. And so by doing that, it has eliminated a lot of things and people along the way. There have been people that decided to leave, get up and leave, no reason, no question, no nothing. At first I took it to heart. At first it really affected me, and I thought, my goodness, what am I doing wrong? And I seriously took a look at myself. What am I doing wrong? And I kept trying to find the answers. And when there's no closure, and when you don't know why people just go up and leave, it makes you wonder. But at some point I came to the understanding that them leaving the way that they did, no explanation, they just made assumptions. They came up with their own scenarios. That what they did is no reflection on me. It's a reflection of them. No matter how long the relationship, friendship, whatever the case may be, no matter how long it was, you know, that just goes to show me what their intentions with me were, what their relationship status with me was, be it friend, be it otherwise. You know, they were in it for the wrong reasons. You know, they weren't willing to stick around and just hang out and enjoy the ride. But I also learned that people come into our lives for a reason and a season, and not everybody that starts out with you finishes with you. I've learned that they've served their purpose in my journey. Whether it was good or whether it was bad, it was a lesson nonetheless. And understanding that has allowed me to continue to move forward, has allowed me to grow within as a person, has allowed me to see how people truly are. People aren't always who they say they are. People aren't always true to what they say. A lot of people just love to talk and just like to say things because they sound nice. Some people say things just because they think it makes you feel better. But I'll tell you this, I'll have a whole lot more respect for you if you come up to me upfront and honest from the get-go. Don't come up here trying to play games and trying to be something that you're truly not. You know, I appreciate honesty. Be blunt. Tell me like it is. I can handle it. I can handle it. And like I said, I would have so much more respect for you. Motivation comes in many forms, you know. For me, it's learning about self and loving me and getting to understand how people are, how they work, how they base decisions, how they go about life, you know. And at the end of the day, I thank God that He didn't give me that path to walk in. I thank God that that's not what He had chose for me. Who am I to judge what people do with their lives, you know, and the decisions that they make? Only they know the steps that they have walked, the fires that they have come through and come out on the other side, scarred, deeply scarred and deeply wounded, but so much growth in between, you know? And I think we fail to see that. We fail to see how we came through it. Sometimes we don't even know how we came through it, but we did. That shows resilience, to be able to bounce back from a situation that you didn't think you were capable of coming out from. And we don't give ourselves the credit that we truly deserve. We need to give ourselves our own credit. We don't need to get pats on the back from others and get the bravos and the atta girls from anybody else except for ourselves. Because when we do it for ourselves, if it comes from somebody else, that's a bonus, baby. That's a bonus. So learn to love you. Learn to appreciate you. Learn to deem yourself worthy. You don't need somebody to tell you that you're worthy. You don't need somebody to tell you that you matter. You matter. You matter. And if you need somebody to tell you, I'm telling you, you matter. You deserve to be happy. You deserve to live life in abundance, not a life of mediocrity. We weren't put on this earth to live meager and struggling. No, we weren't meant to do that. You got to give yourself the opportunity to see what you could possibly do. Share your journey, share your story. Your story is meant to be heard. You don't know who's watching. You don't know whose life you can affect. It takes but one word said in a certain way for somebody to receive that message, and it makes a click. It creates a shift in the mindset that allows them to see something in them that they never saw before. And they might have heard that phrase 1,000,000 times during their lifetime. But it took that moment in time, that one way that you delivered your story, the one way you said a message, a word, phoneticized a letter, whatever it was, it registered with somebody. It takes that small of an impact to create change. We all have that capability. We all have that. So don't be ashamed. Don't be embarrassed. Don't hide your truth. Own who you are. Own everything about you. Own it all, baby. It truly will set you free. It lifts a weight off of your shoulders that you had no idea the burden that you were carrying. There's enough to carry of your own things for you to be trying to bear somebody else's cross, for somebody else's decisions that you had no part of. It's okay to let that go. It's okay to let that go. And so I want to leave you with this today, in the hopes that something I said today resonates within you, in the hopes that a word I said can create that shift in your mind that will allow you the permission that you've been looking for. Be it that you don't need it from anybody but yourself, but grant yourself the permission to change. Grant yourself the permission to love you. Grant yourself the permission to deem yourself worthy. You deserve to be happy. You deserve to be living a life of happiness and joy in your heart. Though some of your journeys have been difficult, some of your journeys have been something that I can't even fathom. But despite all of that, God thinks you're amazing. God thinks you're wonderful. And it's always the ones that go through the darkest storms that have the most beautiful testimony to give and to share, so that it can affect somebody else and make them see that it can be done, that you can go through it. It also shows them that they're not alone, that they're not the only ones going through that situation. Because I'm sure at some point in our lives, we thought we were the only ones going through the things that we went through. The world is big, and there's billions and billions of people all over the world. And there's been billions and billions of people all over the world who have felt the very things or experienced the very things that we have gone through and will continue to go through. It's just a matter of how you decide you want to take that. There are no failures in life. There's no failures. Every roadblock, every bump, every wall that we hit was a lesson. Learn the lesson, it will no longer be a failure. Learn the lesson. Now you can add something else to your arsenal of knowledge of how to handle that situation when it arises again. Oh, because believe you me, it will happen again. That's a certainty. Now you'll be better armed. Arm yourself with knowledge. Arm yourself with the word, and see how your life will turn around. I promise you that. And in leaving, I want to thank you for your continued love and support. Thank you for following and subscribing to my YouTube channel. Thank you for following me on my podcast. Thank you for being on my website. All my information is at www.whatmakingeverythinggrand.com, www.makingeverythinggrand.com. All my links are there to all my social media platforms. Everything is there, from my merchandise to my book newsletter you can sign up for and be updated as far as upcoming events, speaking engagements, book tours, and things like that. I'm super excited about that. Thank you, thank you, thank you for your continued prayers, because your prayers that are being sent to me from all over the world are being heard. So I want to thank you for that. God is amazing. God is great. You too can have all the things that make you happy. Just got to work a little bit. You'll see. You'll see. And at the end of the day, in all that you do, please make sure that you're doing everything in excellence. Continue making it grand.